Hello and welcome back. As you can see, it is a rainy, cold and windy day here today. What I love to do on days like this is just give myself the day to just be cuddly and cozy, curl up with a cup of tea and a book. So that is what I thought I would actually do with you today. I wanted to share sort of my slow, cozy, rainy day. I'll share with you like my essentials, my top things that I think on a day like this you just need to make it feel really luxurious and special. So I hope you enjoy this one. It is going to be quite a slow sort of video, but I think it'll be really lovely. First things first, on a rainy day like this, I think it's really lovely to have a sort of cozy, wholesome indoor activity. At the moment, what I have been working on are these book nooks, basically. So it's almost like a 3D puzzle or like a diorama. This is the one that I'm currently working on, Miller's Garden. And you can see if I go a bit close there. That is what the end result should look like. And basically they come in a kit and you can sort of see like the level of detail is just crazy. Absolutely insane level of detail they go to. And each of these little components is completely separate and you have to assemble them yourself. You build it from scratch basically. So over here, I will show you how I have been progressing. So this is what I have done so far. All of these little bits. So I've been doing, this is not today, I've been doing this over the last couple of weeks, just if I've got a bit of time or on a day like today where it's just rainy and I'm just spending it inside. But you can sort of see like there's these little sort of like hall tables. We've got little seats here, tables, wrought iron, stands, windows with curtains, fencing, these really sweet little plant boxes. So you basically make it completely from scratch. So the entire box gets assembled. All the little grasses and the flowers are all individual pieces that you have to assemble. So it is quite time consuming, but it's certainly quite a therapeutic process to kind of go through. It's meant to be a really great stress reliever, that kind of thing, because you really are focused on, you know, assembling all the little components and that. So it's very engaging mentally. So I cannot recommend having a little hobby like this on a rainy day enough. Book nooks, I'm sure, are not for everyone, but if you're someone who prefers, you know, you've got kids and you want to do 2D puzzles, I think that's amazing. If you're a knitter or a quilter, I think that's really great as well. Just something that you can do inside when it's raining, curled up on the couch, is just an absolute win for me. This isn't my first one that I've done. I have done previous ones, so I will just show you. So this is kind of what the end result looks like. If I come out a little bit. So this one here you can sort of see is a street. I've turned the lights on. They do come with some very basic electronics in a book nook. But that's this one here, and you can see, if I go a bit closer. So basically I have built this from scratch. And then the little light is just here, so we'll turn that off. My favorite one has to be this one here though. So this is a little greenhouse with wisteria at the top. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at the level of detail. Like, look at the little boots with the flower. This was definitely my favorite one to assemble as well. But yeah, so I'm going to spend maybe an hour or so now just continuing with this other book nook that I've been working on. So when I'm working on my little book nook, I just have it here, set up here on like a little tray. This is the box that they come in. And so when you open it up, you have your instruction manual that you're working through, and you just work through the steps basically. So it tells you, you know, each step, as like you'll see here, this little box. So I did this the other day, this one. So it'll show you like the steps to assemble, how to make the little paper bags with labels on them. I'm actually up to this page here. So this is the page that I'm up to now. I've got the cloth bag to do next, and then to make all the jars, the pots. And so as you can see, it gives you here like all the little individual materials. So you make it from scratch, each individual piece, which is, when it all comes together at the end, it's such a satisfying experience. But so it comes with a manual, and then you'll see here, it comes with all these little individual bags with all the bits you need to assemble. But yeah, so I found Book Nooks a lot of fun, and just they're quite whimsical to do, and all the little types of houses you can get. I know if you were a Harry Potter fan, you would be in heaven. The types of Book Nooks you can get with Harry Potter is insane. They do like all of the like the castle, Hogwarts Castle. They do the magic shops, the wand shops. They do Diagon Alley, all those sorts of things. If you're not a Hogwarts fan, they do. You can assemble trains, you can assemble, you know, cake shops, and also it's just amazing. So if you've got a bit of time and it's something you're interested in, definitely Google Book Nooks on the internet. So it's BOOK space NOOK, so Book Nook. But yeah, so I'm just going to do this for maybe an hour or so now. So it's been a couple of hours since I spoke to you last. I've just been doing some admin work this afternoon, so that's all done now. And I'm ready to just chill and relax on the couch. I definitely think no rainy day is complete without a cozy movie on the couch. So I'm just really feeling like watching one of my comfort movies, making myself a cup of tea and maybe like a hot fresh scone, and just enjoying a movie this afternoon. So I thought I would share with you a few of my favorite sort of rainy day comfort movies. So one of them is the one you can see on the screen before you. That is Howl's Moving Castle. Now, if you've not seen this before, it is actually a cartoon. It's like an anime, a Japanese anime, but it's such a beautiful story, and it's one of the movies that I just find so relaxing to watch. The pace of the movie is just beautiful. The music is absolutely insane. The classical pieces in this movie are just absolutely beautiful. If you've ever heard Merry-Go-Round of Life, that is from Howl's Moving Castle. So I'm debating between this or the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. Speaking of sensational classical musical pieces, the music in Pride and Prejudice is just breathtaking. There's such beautiful pieces of music. The scenery in this is also just really beautiful to watch. It's definitely one of my sort of relaxation comfort movies. So yes, so far, Howl's Moving Castle, Pride and Prejudice, or Murder Mystery with Jennifer Anderson and Adam Sandler. I have seen this movie quite a few times, but I just think it's just such an easy watch, and I do love a whodunit. It's quite funny, light-hearted, it's a little bit of travel in it, so that's also a contender. Continuing on the murder mystery theme, Charade with Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. If you love classic movies, this one's really great. It's also really good for a rainy day. It's just a really beautiful, very comforting sort of movie. It's low stakes, but there's still that suspense and the comedy of it all. And I mean, Audrey Hepburn, do we need to say anything more than that? And my last movie option I'm thinking about is Practical Magic. I actually just heard that they're doing a Practical Magic 2, which I'm so excited about. And so since I've heard that, I've just sort of had it in the back of my mind to just rewatch Practical Magic. It's been a little while since I have watched it, but it's such a good movie. So I am going to make my selection from one of those movies, and then I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea and a scone, and then just cozy up and snuggle up on the couch and watch a movie. If you have a favourite comfort movie or your favourite rainy day movie, pop it in the comments below. I would love to have your suggestions.
And then depending on how I feel and how bougie I want them to look, I might even do like a little sprinkle of chopped hazelnuts. So that's literally it in terms of ingredients. We are going to take off the skins, banana peel, and I'm going to chop my bananas into
chill. I've made myself some afternoon tea. Again, you would have seen that footage. I had a Japanese sencha green tea, as well as some homemade scones. This particular flavour was strawberry and chocolate chip. So I've made those. And it's definitely something, I think, when it rains, there's just nothing better than like a warm, fresh scone, some hot tea, and being all cozy and warm underneath your blankets. One of the things I do like to do on a cold and sort of wet and rainy day is basically moisturize my entire body. And I wanted to share a couple of products that I've absolutely loved recently. I have an immune issue, and as a result, my skin is really sensitive and I have lots of allergies and I break out in rashes and all sorts of things. So I have to be very, very careful with what I'm putting on my skin so that I don't have an allergic reaction, which means finding products that are fairly natural but actually work can be a challenge. And I'm sure there are some of you that are also in the same boat as me and you're wanting to use some more natural products. So I thought I would just share the ones that I have found that work for me, in the event that you're interested and you want to have a look at them yourself. So this here by Eco is the coconut body milk. This I'm using as an all over body moisturizer. It is, as it says on the bottle here, organic and natural, so there is definitely no sort of toxic ingredients or chemicals in this one. I find that it's really moisturizing. My skin is really smooth and soft. It lasts as well, so it's not like I just pop it on and then within 2 or 3 hours it's gone. It is quite a thick consistency, I suppose, and a little bit tacky in the beginning when you put it on. But then it sort of soaks in, and your skin just feels pretty much like silk. It's an amazing product. It's also quite a good price point. So if you're not wanting to spend $100 on a body moisturizer, this is a really great option. And as I said, something that I've had a lot of success with and something I enjoy. This bottle, I don't know if you can sort of see in the light, I'm probably around here in terms of using this bottle, and I've already bought a replacement for it because I've loved it that much. So there's that product here for all over body moisturizing. Then this product here is SanCeuticals. If I can get it to focus, will it focus? Come on. There we go. So this is SanCeuticals. I have been using this as a hand and foot moisturizer. It is very much a butter-like consistency, and it has quite a lot of, it's not all organic, but it does have a lot of natural ingredients. It is a very thick consistency, so I haven't been using it all over my body because of that, because it is very thick. But hands and feet, absolutely amazing. I'm basically just popping this on my feet and then putting some warm fluffy socks on, and letting that soak in overnight. And similar with hands, sort of making sure I'm rubbing it in all around my cuticles, all over my hands, and the next day, so unbelievably soft, and the smell is really lovely as well. It's quite a small jar, however, as you can see, I've been using this. It does last a really long time. A little bit of the product goes a long way. So you don't need a lot when you're using it. Oop. There we go. And then this is the last product. This is a product that is fairly new to me. You'll be able to see from the bottle that I haven't used it a lot. If I can get it to, there we go. So this is by the same company as the body moisturizer. This is Eco, and this is their certified organic glory oil. I did do a fair bit of research on this, and it's got quite good reviews. It is a series of cold pressed seed oils, and I am using this on my face. The oil consistency itself is quite a thick oil, where in winter here my skin has been quite dry, so using it at night time with that kind of consistency is absolutely amazing. It's very, very hydrating on my skin. Camera will, there we go. It's very hydrating on my skin, on my face, and that. So I'm using that on my face, my neck, and my décolletage. I've only been using it for a very short time, so I can definitely attest to the fact that it is deeply moisturizing, but I can't sort of make any comment as to whether it reduces fine lines or anything like that as yet. But I will keep you posted as I use this. I'm not using it every day. I'm probably using it maybe 2 times a week, maybe 3 times, but probably, yeah, maybe more, so 2 times a week. But yeah, so I've been loving this as well. It has quite a natural sort of a fragrance to it, and yeah, just a really lovely sort of luxurious consistency. And again, similar to the body moisturizer, quite a good price point for this product. Now, if you have a rainy day and you're sitting down with your cup of tea and a scone, you're not complete unless you have a book. On days like that, when it's rainy and it's cold and I'm all cozy, I do like a physical book. I do read from my Kindle, my iPad that has the Kindle app on it, but when it's rainy and it's cold and I'm cozy in that, I feel like a physical book is just, yeah, it's on a whole other level. If you're a prominent reader, you'll know what I mean. So I wanted to share a couple of books I have recently read. So these aren't necessarily the newest books, but they are new to me. And as I said, I've recently read them. So Andy McDermott, Temple of Skulls. This is book number 16 in the Nina Wilde and Eddie Chase series. So basically, Nina Wilde is a world-renowned archaeologist and her husband is a former SAS soldier. And so as I said, this is book 16. So each book obviously is following their exploits and as they go around the world, saving the planet multiple times, etc. It's a action-adventure sort of a book. So if that's your preferred genre, these books are actually really good. I will say I probably enjoyed the books earlier in the series, more so than the later books in the series, but that's just personal preference. The writing's amazing, the stories are really well researched, they're very cohesive, and this was a really enjoyable book. Very much similar in, it's an Indiana Jones style sort of book. As I mentioned, action adventure, world travel, that kind of thing. But yes, if that's your genre, this was a really enjoyable book. Now, if you prefer a bit more of a murder mystery whodunit, then Queen of Poisons, I recently read this. It was so enjoyable. Robert Thorogood does this particular series, the Marlowe Murderers Club. It has, I believe, just been made into a BBC TV series. I've not seen the TV series, but I have read all of the books in the series. This particular one was great. Does it hear cozy crime? It's certainly low stakes crime, and for me personally, it's probably a little bit more of a whodunit. A murder happens and then mystery and mayhem ensue as you try and work out who the killer is. The three main characters are really great, and Judith, Susie and Bex, and they basically are civilian investigators and they work with the local police to investigate crimes. This is book number 3 in the series. I've enjoyed, I own all 3, and I've enjoyed all 3 of them. So if you've not read these books and you enjoy sort of low stakes crime, whodunit, cozy mysteries, then I cannot recommend these books anymore. If you've liked Richard Osman, it's sort of in a similar vein to Richard Osman. If you enjoyed his books, then these ones are going to be right up your alley. Now, the last book that I wanted to recommend today is Date with Poison by Julia Chapman. This is book number 4 in the Dale's Detective Agency series, and it follows Samson, who is a detective, and Dahlia, who lives in Dales. This is definitely more cozy mystery to me. It's less of a whodunit and definitely more cozy mystery. I have read I think book 1. I think I've missed book 2 and book 3. But book 1 was amazing, really, really great story, heartwarming, engaging. I definitely sort of, cover to cover, read it in a couple of days. So while I haven't read this one as yet, it is definitely on my list, and I think it's my next book after I finish reading what have I got at the moment? I've got the new Jack Reacher book. So once I finish the new Jack Reacher, this will be the next one on my list. I do enjoy a cozy mystery, so very much looking forward to this one. So on that note, and with the rain set in like it has, I might bid you farewell for this week. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I am going to curl up now, finish off my cup of tea, and get all cozy with my book. I'll see you next week. Bye.